Bali, isang procedure lang yan, yung dalawang copy na yan. Kaya lang, nakaseparate lang sila. So this is the sterilization of feeding bottles and preparation and feeding the baby with milk formula. Okay, first, ang gagawin natin before we feed the baby, syempre we have to sterilize first. What do you understand by sterilization?
Process of killing bacteria through boiling.
Okay, so it is a process of eliminating almost all bacteria or microorganisms which may be present in the utensils of the baby. In this case, they are the feeding bottles. So we are going to sterilize the feeding bottles of the baby. So what are the different equipments that will be used? So first procedure is the preparation. This is the sterilizer. Okay. You need basins in order for you to clean the feeding bottles. This is the feeding bottle wrap. This is the feeding bottle brush, 1/2. This is the nipple brush. Your feeding bottles has 3 parts. So this is what?
Nipple.
This is the what do you call this one? This is the crown. No, crown. And this is the feeding bottle. And this is of course the cover or the cup. Tongue. So kailangan natin
Sponge.
detergent and sponge for cleaning the feeding bottles. Okay, so after the preparation, you have to clean first your feeding bottles with soap and water or detergent and water. What is the rationale for cleaning the bottles before sterilization?
Cleaning the feeding bottles with soap and
It
water.
will soften the milk
milk
residue so
residue.
that sterilization will be easier. Siyempre, pag may mga gatas pa dyan, no, hirap sterilize yung mga bote. Marami pang microorganisms. So first, you have to remove that excess milk which is left on the bottle. Okay, so how do we clean? So soap your utensils in detergent and water. Then clean the feeding bottle with the feeding bottle brush on a twisting motion and an in and out motion to remove the milk residue. Then place them on a clean basin of water. Di pa pala, tapos to. Use your sponge in cleaning the outer part of the bottle. Next, clean the nipple using your nipple brush. So the inside part of the nipple is the most important thing to clean kasi maraming naiiwang gatas dito sa loob. Then you can clean this one, the outer part with the sponge also. Same with your cup. You can clean it from the inside, tapos outside yung sponge, the inside part of the crown, and the outside you'll be using your sponge. Then, rinse. Banlawan. Para maalis yung sabon. Okay. Next, prepare your sterilizer. Place an adequate amount of water. What is the adequate amount? It should be around 1/2 or 3/4 full on sterilizer. What is the rationale? Bakit?
Boiling water will need to be
So we will not be filling this up with water, only about 1/2 to 3/4, because our aim here in sterilization is to create enough steam. No? Mas mainit kasi yung steam kaysa sa boiling water. It has a higher degree of temperature. Boiling water will only reach up to 100 degrees Celsius, while steam may reach up to 120 degrees Celsius. So we will be needing that steam in order to for us to sterilize the utensils. And one more thing, boiling water normally clouds.
Bottle.
Nagiging malabo yung bote. And it should not be less than 1/2 kasi baka naman mag-dry. So, it may damage the utensils. So how are we going to place? Pag ganon. Sorry, hindi muna pala water. Ito muna ang ilalagay natin. Yung utensils muna. Sorry. Ito muna. So pag ganito ang paglalagay. Pag ilan mo?
Lolo.
So pag ganon.
Paano daw?
Okay. Then fill it with water. Sinado natin kanina. Over the sterilizer. Kasi naman pag may tubig yan,
Lolo Oh. Assuming
and then turn on the stove to high fire and wait until the water boils.
So high
High fire. How will you know that the water is already boiling? Siyempre, may lalabas na steam from the cover. So once the water reaches the boiling point, you can set your stove to a low fire and start timing the sterilization procedure for about 15 to 30 minutes. Bakit 15 to 30 minutes?
Para yung mga bacteria para sure na mamatay yung bacteria.
So that for us to be sure that all microorganisms are eradicated. If ever it will be less than 15 minutes, many of the microorganisms will not yet die. If sumobra ka naman ng 30 minutes, you might damage your utensils. Okay? So it's only about 15 to 30 minutes of boiling. So you start timing from the moment that the water reaches the boiling point. Hindi yung pagkasindi natin ng stove kasi hindi pa naman kumukulo nun. Depende doon sa dami ng tubig na nilagay nyo, ganun din katagal yung pagkukulo ng water. So start timing when the water is already boiling. Okay. So halimbawa, tapos na yung 15 to 30 minutes, you can turn the stove. Turn off the stove. Tapos, ngayon ka palang mag-wash ng hands. Kanina, walang hand washing, no? Now, you have to wash your hands because accidentally you might be able to touch. Lalo-lalo na pag mahirap kunin. No? So, baka makawakan natin yung mga utensils. It may contaminate again the utensils. So, wash your hands before opening the sterilizer. And when opening the sterilizer, it should be away from you. Kasi pag yan pinuksan, yung steam, it might cause you scalding. So, pag ano yung bukas, then with the use of your tongue, you can get the bottles, place them on the feeding bottle rack. See, pwede mo hawakan, malinis na kasi yung kamay mo ngayon. So, kung madulas man yan mga yan, pwede mo silang hawakan. Ito, hindi mo hawakan, may tubig, kumukulo.
Oh, sir!
Kasi hindi lumulutang.
Sir, kailangan nandiyan mo sa bowl kasama.
Ang alin? Ay, hindi.
Sir naman, bye-bye.
Okay, so tapos na tayo dun sa sterilization. Next. Preparation of the meal.
Lagay mga camera.
Magilo ka naman, sir. Magilo ka.
Ganda ng apple mo Okay. So first, preparation of all the equipments that we'll be needing. The feeding bottle. The milk formula.
Totoo yan, nandiyan.
Ano to?
Spatula.
no? Or the tongue depressor. You can also use the spoon as a scraper. Scoop. Milk formula. Ano to? Towel. And a pre-boiled water. Pero ngayon yata, hindi na gusto yung pre-boiled water. No? Mineral water yata with kids ang ginagamit. Sige. Okay, so how are we going to prepare the milk formula? First, you have to make sure of the proper ratio dilution of the milk. Anong ibig sabihin ng proper ratio dilution? Kung ilang scoop ng milk at saka ilang ounce ng water ang gagamitin natin. So this will depend on the physician's order on what is the proper ratio dilution of the milk formula for the baby. So for example, you will be ordered by the physician to prepare 4 ounces of milk on a 1:1 dilution. How are you going to prepare the milk?
1 scoop, 1 ounce.
1 scoop of water.
1 ounce and 1 scoop of milk.
1 scoop of milk.
1 ounce of water.
Paano nyo prepare ngayon yun?
One food doon nakalagay.
Ha? Paano nyo prepare ngayon yun?
Yung unahin muna yung water.
Gano'ng karaming tubig?
1 ounce.
Sabi, 4 ounces of milk ang ipiprepare nyo. 4 ounce ng milk, ng
Water.
Tapos, 4 scoops ng milk. Okay. What if hindi mo alam kung ano yung order ng physician? What are you going to do in order to know the proper dilution of the milk? Okay. Check the label on the can. What is the recommended dilution for the baby at his age? Okay. Assuming, yun nga, 4 ounces of milk ang pinapaprepare sa atin on a 1:1. Habang pala, 1:2 dilution. Paano yun? 2 ounces ng water, 1
Scoop of milk.
O paano nyo may prepare yung 4 ounces? Lan?
4.
Anong 4 is 2?
4 ounce, 4 scoop.
4 ounces ng water, 2 scoops of milk. Okay, so, yun na tayo doon. So, it is important to know the proper ratio dilution. Bakit? Increasing or decreasing the ratio dilution of the milk might affect the baby's
Nutrition.
either maging undernourished siya o kaya maging kabatsing-tsing siya. No? So, dapat eksakto yung binibigay natin dun sa baby for proper nutrition of the baby. So, how are we going to prepare that milk that is being prescribed? Ano yung mauna? Tubig o yung milk? Okay, bakit tubig muna?
Siyempre, hindi mo masusukat sa pag-milk po.
Magana yung milk.
So, in order to be exact on your preparation, no? In order to get the exact calibration of milk, you have to place first the pre-boiled water. Bakit pre-boiled water o yung milkings?
Siyempre po, para ano na, hindi na siya mainit. Pag bagong
Ano
kulo.
bang meron doon? Easy to
Hindi kasi. Parang ano yata yun yung...
To prevent gastrointestinal.
Kaya distilled water.
Gastrointestinal.
To prevent gastrointestinal problems. No? Baka magtae kasi kung hindi mo pinakuluan muna yung tubig. So we need the pre-boiled water. Okay? So maglalagay tayo ng 4 na ounce ng tubig.
Water.
Then 2 scoops of milk. Okay. So, paano gagawin natin ngayon? Okay. You have to scrape and do not tap. No? Di natin tinataktak na gano'n. This is to get. Kasi pag tinatak mo yan, mako-compress. So, dadami yung gatas na ilalagay mo doon. So, you have to use your scraper and place the appropriate amount of milk.
Milk. Okay.
Tapos nun, Wake up. Then shake. How do we shake the milk? Yeah.
Nakakita ko na yun.
Kasi very ganun, di ba?
Okay. So sa test na gusto nila, ganito ang pag-shake ng milk.
Tatanggalin yun.
Ay, hindi na. So, ganito yung pag-shake ng milk. Bakit? Para hindi matapon?
Para equal.
Para equal?
Gusto lang nila. Gusto lang
Gusto lang nila?
Ganyan lang
Ano
sa
yan ba?
Mas malamig matingnaw.
Alam niya. Pampainit
Ano?
ng palit. Ano ka
Ang galing si Jonelyn dyan.
Baka umamoy kasi.
Para hindi pumasok yung hangin.
Hindi kasi pag pinaglaruan daw kasi sasakit ang tiyan.
Ano pa? Hula.
Ganyan mo.
Hindi natatakot pag pag-ganon eh.
Pwede rin pag ganon, no? Basta
Ganun
gently.
na.
Oh,
You have to
gently.
shake the milk
Pag-
gently. This is to prevent the formation of bubbles, which may cause colic to sa baby. Pero pag maraming bubbles yan, magkakatabag yung baby. So, to prevent the formation of bubbles, no?
Ito
you
pala,
have to
kaya
shake
doon
it.
ako. Gusto niya yung nabababos. Nako, bubbles.
Okay, so it's time for you now to feed the baby. Place your hand towel on your shoulder. Tapos, dapat may dip din yung baby. Hold the baby so that the head is higher than the body to prevent aspiration. Never sway or jerk the baby, as it may also cause choking or aspiration on the baby. Never leave the baby with the bottle. Pause. Oh, hindi ko ma-joke. Sorry. No? It may cause ear infection. Bakit?
Bakit?
Yung tumutulo dito, pumupunta sa tenga ng baby. Okay. So how do we feed the baby? So dapat mas mataas yung ulo niya. Then you do this one. What is this one?
Rooting.
Rooting reflex. Apply first the rooting reflex so that the baby's mouth will turn towards the nipple. Then, after the baby consume about half of the milk, ano yung half dito?
2.
Ounces. You may burp the baby. Burp na natin yung baby by gently tapping
the back.
the back of the baby. They will hear the burping sound. So, depende do sa amount ng milk, pagkalahati na, you have to burp the baby. Then, let the baby finish the other half. Then, burp the baby
Again.
So, you're going to burp the baby 2 times.
Okay.
Okay? Diyan ka na.
Yan, sir.
Tapos
So,
po,
wala kang lalabay, no?
Wala.
Tapos wala. Para saan daw? Doon sa burping. Para yung
towel.
gatas.
Gatas.
Dito pupunta, hindi po sa damit mo. And if there is excess milk, you can use the bib to wipe out the excess milk. Okay, madali lang.
Wala pa po yung lalabay. Wala pa po yung lalabay na
Wala
ano.
pa?
Okay.
Meron ka ba dyan?
Meron po sing.
Sa finance na lang yun.
Okay po.
Same process din yun.
Oo, meron pagka may similar. Isasama yan sa finance.
Maliligo yung bata.
Meron siya.
Ang ganda naman ng apple mo.
Hindi po orange po yan. Wow, ganda.
Talaga naman ng bata.